The journey of the empath. You know, we're all headed there. This is something I really truly believe that human evolution is headed towards empathy. The final emotion that human beings experience is empathy. And I just want to talk about my journey, you know, on the empath, and just give you guys an explicit warning here, because once you are on this path, you cannot go back, okay? This is the real deal, and I want to talk about my experiences as an empath and just really connect with you guys and talk about what it's like being an empath and just where the future is headed with everything. All right, so let's find a comfortable spot right over here. Actually, I'm gonna get on the jungle gym. Does that work? All right, that works. Okay, so we're all human beings right here on planet Earth having this experience. This is a very temporary experience because we are spirit soul, okay? I feel like, you know, it really started for me when I got into yoga and meditation. I was taking college in college, and I took a yoga and meditation class back to back, and you know, I really fell in love with the practice and the teaching, so I ended up taking that class 3 semesters in a row back to back. It was beautiful. After that, I took the teacher training, and here I am, a yoga and meditation teacher. So very, very grateful for my experiences and the path that I am on, the lineage that I'm connected to. I am just so grateful. So empathy is the final human emotion. Think about that, okay? We are human beings. We've gone through all the states from reptile, mammal, now we are human beings on planet Earth, okay? What is the human emotion? Think about that. It's empathy, right? We need to feel for each other, okay? Because we are all one. That is real. Now, the question is, have you experienced that? That's what empathy is, okay? Literally, I can't look at somebody, I literally feel their emotions without even looking at them, without even seeing them. This is something that penetrates into my being and it is beyond my choice. So that's why I want to give you guys the explicit warning, because I sincerely have thoughts about just going back to just normal life and like eating pizza and walking around, riding my bike. You know, it's literally not possible. So empathy is very important, because that is how we fully understand our spiritual progress and what we're doing here on planet Earth, right? So I use it every single day. You know, this is how I do coaching. This is how I do all of my training, because it's proof that we are here having a temporary experience, right? I want to bring this up because I know a lot of you are, you know, on that path already, and you know what? It's a real slippery road in the beginning, because you really need the confidence and the clarity to stay on the path, right? And what that is it's gonna come from you having the experience from meditation. It's gonna happen, I guarantee you. And once this happens, you cannot go back, okay? I can describe it to you like this. I remember very clearly my first real spiritual awakening and having an experience through meditation consciously, not something that was accidentally, right? That's happened to me plenty of times. I'm talking about a conscious experience where you can control your experience, right? Like control the outcome, right? That is the true test here, because I feel like we're all having experiences that are, you know, magical, or maybe an enlightening experience or a realization of a truth. Now, we have to take that the next step further by embodying that experience, by really coming to the experience that it is something you can do consciously at will anytime, okay? So this is something that I want to talk about, because I think it's really important to develop those empathetic qualities in your life. What does that mean? Selfless service, right? It's proof that we are here for the highest good of all. And I remember like it was yesterday, I was in my yoga class, I was meditating it with, with the group, and I started to get really sensitive, okay? This is probably the biggest sign that you might already be an empath. Are you energetically sensitive, right? Can you feel other people's energy? This started for me at a very young age because, in my family, there's lots of drama, there's lots of conflict, right? So I got really in tune with my own energy because I was very, nervous and fragile because I realized that everything in the house and everything with my friends and stuff affected me on a different level. I remember like it was yesterday, I was meditating and I started to get in tune with something more than myself, something greater than myself. And I realized that, we are spirit, soul. We have spirits inside of us. We have spiritual experiences, and this human thing is actually a temporary experience. So once you actually experience that rather than just research it or read about it, that's when everything changes, right? And I couldn't go back from there, right? I remember for me, this started with yoga and meditation, and then it brought into food, meaning once I really understood what I was doing and I started to really get into this in the sense of wanting to expand my consciousness. So, if you're sensitive in any way, or if you feel like you have the ability to, to hear thoughts or see colors, these are all different levels of empathy and activating the different chakras, right? So if you look at this from an energetic perspective, the chakras need to be activated, right? And we're just picking up where we left off, right? So we have had this journey and this, samsara, this cycle of birth and death over and over countless times. And just by you understanding the words out of my mouth, it right now is proof that you've been on this path and been on this cycle over and over again. So I look at this as just, picking up where you left off, right? And empathy is the highest emotion that human beings can feel. You have to get through all of the other emotions, anger, love, lust, fear, anxiety. You have to get through all of those vibrational points before you get to empathy, right? And once you have empathy, it's with you forever because this is how you use it as a tool to navigate through life, okay? And again, I just want to get, talk about my experiences a little more because, to be honest, I got made fun of a lot for this, and I felt like I was, I felt ashamed. I felt like, people were making fun of me because I was too sensitive, especially me being a guy. I feel like I got made fun of a lot for not leading up to these, old paradigm masculine roles. And, I stopped eating meat. I stopped doing dairy. I used to fish and go fishing when I was younger. All of that stuff was no longer attractive to me anymore because I tapped into something within me that was undeniable, okay? So my life started changing, my friends started changing, everything changed because I developed these abilities to actually perceive through reality, okay? And that's really what empathy is. It's now your tool to navigate through the entire universe instead of using, your programs that you were given as a child, right? I was indoctrinated into the system, right? I, went to public school, went to high school. I'm not blaming the system. I take full responsibility. What I'm saying is we are products of our environment, right? And it wasn't until I got out of that environment and got into college where I was meditating every single day. I had people that I could meditate with, going to yoga class, and everything started to spiral from there. I learned so much from people that inspired me, both in my life and both in scripture and in books. People like Ram Dass, people like Paramahansa Yogananda. These people still to this day are my idols and people that I look up to. I just want to leave you with one good piece of advice here, okay? And that's to really never second guess yourself and always believe here. This is something that I wish somebody would have told me long ago because everybody is doing this, and that monkey brain in the back just wants to doubt everything and convince you that it's not real, right? As soon as you have that spiritual experience or have that mind opening experience, automatically something jumps in and says, you know what, that didn't happen. What about this? What about that? You know what? Don't listen to that. Don't feed that monkey mind, okay? Stay right here in the human cortex. Have those human experiences and expand your consciousness, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. You know what? If you have any questions or anything, use hashtag #ExpandYourCup right here in the comments section. Send me a video. I'm here for you guys. I want to make videos for you guys and answer all of your questions. So please use the hashtag #ExpandYourCup, and I'll see you next time. Blessings.